Hi guys, this is Amar and welcome to amar.techstuff. So guys, in this video, we're going to do basic configuration of VLANs in Cisco Packet Tracer. So what I've done is I've opened the Cisco Packet Tracer and we will take some switches over here. Let me take this two L2 switches and what we'll do is we'll connect these two switches first of all. So I've connected these two switches. Now let me take the CLI access of switch 0. So this is my switch 0. You can see whenever you practice in Cisco Packet Tracer, by default this is the name of the switch. So let's change it, the host name of the switch, to be precise. So let me change the host name to, let's say, switch 0. Okay, so I've changed the host name, and also will change the host name of this switch to switch 1.
So I'll go into the global configuration mode, host name, switch 1. Okay, so this is what I've done, is just change the host name, nothing else.
Now we are planning to configure some VLANs. So you should know a basic command to check the VLANs. Okay, we haven't configured anything till now. We haven't configured any single VLAN also, right? So I'll show you the command to check the VLANs which are present on the switch. The command is show VLAN brief. Now we haven't configured any VLANs, but guys, you can see that still there's some VLANs which are present on this switch. Did we configure anything? The answer is no, but still there's some VLANs present on the switch. That means there are some pre-configured VLANs on the switch. So this pre-configured VLANs are VLAN 1, which is the default VLAN. So here is the VLAN. Under this, it is the number of the VLAN. This is the name of the VLAN. This is the status of the VLAN, and these are the ports which are members of this VLAN. Now here, if you see very carefully, that all the ports are members of this default VLAN, that is VLAN 1. You should always remember these things. By default, a port is the member of VLAN 1. Fine. And you can also see there's some other pre-configured VLANs also, 1002, 1003, 1004, and 1005. So these are also pre-configured VLANs, but there are no ports, by default in this particular VLANs. Fine. You can also check the same thing on switch 1 as well. The command to check a VLANs is show VLAN brief. The same thing, correct? Now let's configure some VLANs. Now whenever you do the configurational stuff related to VLANs, there are two things. One is to create VLAN, and the second thing is to assign the ports to those VLANs. So there are two steps. So let's configure some VLAN first of all on this switch. And to configure the VLAN step, the command is very simple. VLAN, just give a question mark to see which all options are there. So you can see you can configure till 124094. So I need to create a, let's say we'll create two VLANs. So let's say I created VLAN 10, and I'll give the name to this VLAN, let's say accounts. Okay, so I've given a simple name to this VLAN. Now if you see, show VLAN brief. Now what I've done is I've created a VLAN, that is VLAN 10, and given a name as accounts. Okay, now you will see over here that I've created a VLAN 10 and given the name to the VLAN as VLAN 10, the name as accounts. Okay, so let me create another VLAN as well. Config T VLAN 20 name HR. Okay, rather than typing twice exit, I can just give end and I can come out of that interface configuration mode directly to the privilege mode. Now we'll check our VLANs. If I give the up arrow, of course I can get those commands over here. So show VLAN brief. So here you can see that VLAN 20 is also created. Let me quickly configure the same VLANs on switch 1 as well. So this is my switch 1. Go into configuration mode, VLAN 10, name, accounts, VLAN 20, name HR. Up arrow. So you can see that we have created here two VLANs. So this is one step that we have created the VLANs, but we haven't assigned any ports to those VLANs. Okay, you can see here there's no ports which are assigned against this VLANs. So what I'll do is I'll take, let's say, some end device. We'll take some end device.
Let's say I take a PC0, PC1, a server, and let's say another server, and I'll connect those quickly. So connecting this switch 0, PC1, switch 1 to server 0, switch 1 to server 1.
So this is what we have done the connections. Now what we'll do is we will assign this PC0 in VLAN 10 and the server 0 in VLAN 10, PC1 and server 1 in VLAN 20. Let's do it. So you can see those ports. So the PC0 port is fast Ethernet 0/2. So I need to assign this port as the member of VLAN 10, and also on switch 1 this fast Ethernet 0/2 as member of VLAN 10. So I'll do it first of all. How to do it? It's very simple. You need to go into the global configuration mode and type interface fast Ethernet 0/2 and then switch port mode. By default, each and every port is an access port, so this command is not required, but still we can give this command. It is switch port mode access. So this is an access port, and the command to configure the VLAN or to make this port a member of the VLAN, the command is switch port access VLAN and the number of the VLAN, that is 10. So what I'll do is I'll go on switch 1 and also assign fast Ethernet 0/2 as a member of VLAN 10. So I'll go into global configuration mode, interface fast Ethernet 0/2, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10. Okay. So what we have done is we have configured on both the switches the interfaces as member for interface fast Ethernet 0/2 as member of VLAN 10. So let's check it. Show VLAN brief. Here you can see, guys, fast Ethernet 0/2 is member of VLAN 10, and on switch 1 as well you can see show VLAN brief fast Ethernet 0/2 is the member of VLAN 10. Now what I'll do is I'll configure another VLAN 20 and make this port, that is fast Ethernet 0/3, which is connected to PC1 as member of VLAN 20, and also the server 1 which is getting connected to switch 1's fast Ethernet 0/3 as the member of VLAN 20.
So let's start with switch 0 first of all. So I'll go into the global configuration mode, interface fast Ethernet 0/3, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20. I'll go here as well on switch 1, config T, interface fast Ethernet 0/3, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20. So here we can see now show VLAN brief. Here is fast Ethernet 0/3, a member of VLAN 20. We forget to check it on switch 0. Let's check it over here as well. Show VLAN brief. Fast Ethernet 0/3 is now the member of VLAN
20. So this is the this is how we we do the configurational stuff for VLANs. Now it's time to test now. We'll make this PC as we have already made it as VLAN 10's member. So we'll give this IP address as 10.1.1. Let's say 100/24. This PC1. Server 1 will give it as a 10.1.1.200/24. And the PC1 will give it as, because this is the different VLAN, so it should be a different subnet. So 20.1.1.100/24, and server 1 as 20.1.1.200/24. Okay, so let's give this PC and the server the IP addresses. Now let's give the IPs to this PC. So I'll open PC1. I'll go into this desktop, and here is the option of IP config. So I need to give the IP address at 10.1.1.1, subnet marks 255, because we are using /24, so it will be 255.255.0. So this is the IP address we have given. And also I will show you one thing. You can check it from here, this command prompt. If you give it IP config, you can check it over here that we have configured this IP address to this PC. Let's take PC1 now. Desktop, it should have 20.1.1.100 and subnet marks 255.255.0. So if you check now this, if you check in the command prompt, IP config, typo error. So this is the IP address, and we have configured this to, I think so we mistakenly configured it as 10.1.1.1. we should have configured it 10.1.1.100. So let's do the correction. We'll go in the, just cancel over here, there is a button to cancel over here, and just go into IP config, and I can make the correction like this. So this is how you can make the correction if you have make any mistake while configuring the IP address. So I'll just again check it, and here it is. Now let's configure for the server. Server also, here you get an option of config. You can change the name and everything over here, but we need to give the IP address, so the option is desktop, and here I'll give is a 10.1.1.200. okay, and the subnet marks as 255.255.255.0. You can see all the options are here. Whenever you are practicing, you can just check which are options you can play with. So I'll just check on the command prompt now. IP config. Yeah, here is the IP address which we have configured. Now let's configure this server 1.
I'll go in desktop, IP config. I'll quickly configure it 20.1.1.200. Subnet marks 255.255.255.0. I'll cancel it. I'll go into this command prompt, IP config. Here you can see the IP address.
Now this particular PC, that is VLAN, this particular PC is part of VLAN 10, PC 0, and server 0 is part of VLAN 10. Now let's ping from PC 0 to server 0. Ping 10.1.1.200. You can see, guys, we are able to ping from PC 0 server 0. We'll also see that whether we are able to ping from PC 1 to server 1. Ping 20.1.1.200. Yes, we are able to. ping. So we are able to ping PC0 to server 0, which are in VLAN 10, and we are able to ping PC1 and server 1, which are in VLAN 20. So the communication of the end devices which are in the same VLAN, we are able to communicate. We are able to make them communicate with each other. Now let's see whether we are able to ping PC0 and PC1. Okay, let's see whether we are able to ping PC1 from PC0, because we want to also check whether the communication between VLAN is happening or not here. So because PC1 and PC0 are into different VLANs, right? This PC0 is the PC of accounts and PC1 is the PC of HR. So let's see whether we are able to ping it or not. Ping 20.1.1.100. If you see here that from PC0 we are not able to ping PC1. So this is the uh, main purpose of creating the VLAN, is that the HR PC, the accounts PC is not able to ping to the HR PC and vice versa, because between VLAN the communication is not happening by default. If you want to make it happen, you need to use something known as inter VLAN communication using some L3 device. Okay, router on stick. Always remember that communication within VLAN is switching. We are able to do it, but communication between VLANs is routing, which we have not done over here, which we'll see in the next, maybe in the next videos. So I want to show you only this much in this video. If you have any queries, please do write in the comment section. I'll try to revert on those queries as well. I'll stop here and catch up you in the next video. Till then, bye, thanks, and have a nice day.